So, welcome to the Quorum virtual edition. The Quorum is a melting point of ideas, strategies, breakthrough insight to propel you forward. My name is Dr. Joel. So I'm the founder of the Mastermind Academy, the host of Mastermind with Dr. Joel, the Mindscape Pro, which is a leadership and business consulting firm. The theme for this first Quorum event is From Ground Zero, building your dream from the scratch. Tonight with us, we'll be having Dr. Joe Inobong. Dr. Joe Inobong is the CEO of Pasomat Solutions. It's a global logistic company. Dr. Joe Inobong is based in the United Kingdom, comes with a wealth of experience building a startup and growing it into, I dare say, a multi-billion naira company. And is someone who is passionate, an innovative leader, and he's going to be speaking to us tonight on how to turn your passion or your idea into business by creating value. I'm going to be yielding the floor first to Dr. Joe Inobong.
Hi, good evening all. Good evening, Dr. Joel.
Good evening to you.
Okay, this is a very exciting moment because for me, it's I'm always just thrilled about seeing businesses start up, and it's something that everybody believes is a difficult journey. But how do we really start this journey? It's something that most of us have to start from the scratch. And so when I got the topic, I'm like, okay, businesses can start in different patterns, to be honest. But for this purpose, it's really for those who understand how businesses can sincerely start from the scratch. So how do you start your business? Business would definitely be very challenging, and at the end of the day, it's going to be very rewarding, to be honest. So what do you do? Are you going to start from your home, from your couch, from a small office? But definitely it has to just start from somewhere, right? And for those of you listening, it's really just about getting insights on how most of us started business from zero. But then the zero is always about first having the idea. You have to first dream big, start small. And that's my own ideology about starting up a business. You just have to have this whole idea in your head, and then you have to bring in that passion and start it. First, what do you really want to talk about? What problem do you want to solve? It's very important you understand that there is definitely a problem somewhere. You have to start a business knowing that you have a need to solve a problem. And if you don't find that problem to solve, then you definitely don't have a business to start. So where do you need to start from? So look for somewhere, look at your passion, look for something that is going to keep you up all night. It can just be financial freedom, to be honest. I'm sure most people would say, oh, why are you don't start business because you need financial freedom? But I would say that's not correct. Financial freedom is one of the reasons why businesses start across the world, and it can be a passion, it can drive you. And if that is one of them, please don't feel bad and say, oh, I don't want to start a business because I want to have financial freedom or I want to have money. It's one of the things that is going to drive you, because you need something to keep pushing you every day, right? It could be your own story, it could be your humble beginnings. Something has to keep you running. You need to know your why. Like I said previously, you need to know why you need to start a business. What problem are you going to solve, and for who? You're going to categorize a business startup in different ways depending on who are your going to be your customers. Are you starting a business for the high level clientele, or you're looking at business for the general masses, right? And so that is also going to help you in how you're going to put pricing and other things, how you want to scale up as well, right? But it's safe to just know exactly where you are headed. There could be 1 million barbers around the world, but there are some barbers that are going to generate so much revenue. That's because they've been able to identify their own clientele, right? And they probably choose high profile barbers. And some would also want to save the general populace, so they keep their pricing very low. And so you would have to choose which line of where you want to be at the end of the day. Do you want to be with the guys that are up there, or you just want to be with everybody? But that's just something you have to sit down and think about and say, oh, this is my belief, and ideology is playing. At the end of the day, people have different ideas of who they want to really save, and those little things might be the reason why your business goes a different way or the other way. At the end of the day, it's all going to be successful as long as you start, right? There will be hiccups here and there, but to be honest, whether you focus on the lower income earners or the high income earners, it will still be successful because you can sell in little bits, or you can service in little bits and it becomes large, or you can just focus on 20, 100 and you hit your numbers. So that's what I would say you should start from. And how do you start? You need to build your foundation. Building foundation is not something very difficult. First, you need to have a name, a plan. And a name is difficult. Most of us spend the night thinking about names, but the name would also resonate based on what you're thinking of, where you want to be, who you want to service, and what kind of business you're delving into. For example, if you're in the agro industry, you'll be thinking of a name that resonates with the agri business, right? The agro industry. Or if you're in the health industry, you would have to look at businesses' names and do a search online. The internet is really open to everyone now, so you can get a whole lot of information online and see if those names exist. Once you're able to get that, start a plan. And like I tell people, there is no need to sit down and write a 100-page plan. A plan is just, I'm going to start on this date. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's as simple as just a 1-page paper, and write down all your steps you need to start up. And you need to have a budget. Just know how much you want to spend, how it's going to be for you. You would look at, if you want to start from home, raw materials, if it's something you have to produce, or if not, if it's just a service industry, but you have to know what your budget looks like. Go to Corporate Affairs Commission, register. And there are multiple ways to register a business. It could be as just a business name, or you want to, depending on what kind of business you want to do and your plans to scale it, right? Some people would like to do partnership, but like I've always told people around me, partnership is good, but please have it documented legally and understand boundaries, understand where each person's function would stop. Because I think this is where most businesses end up crashing for partnership business. For startups, you would end up being the CEO, the managing director. Just try to minimize your costs. Try to minimize how much you dump in at the start. And if you're starting from zero, it means you would need support from your family, your friends, and your close people around you. And that's the kind of support you need at the start. So you put these things together, and your little savings, you need to have savings. So you need to look at how much you have saved. So, but the plan is for you to start small, put in the little you have, push it, and you see how it works. So you are the reason that business is going to grow. And that, you remember when we started, I talked about the passion. What drives you? Is it the plan to get financial freedom? Or is it a plan to save the masses? Or is it a plan to solve a genuine problem that you have seen that has existed for so many years and no one has really been able to look into it and solve it? For example, some people have seen recycling business and have seen that truly there is a need to solve waste issues in the country, and they have delved into it. That is passion. It could just be that drive. That is what the startup was all about. It's going to grow into maybe financial freedom and the rest, right? But that's just the first step. And the next would be for you to connect and grow. And that's where you're going to meet communities like this. You find a mentor in the business. I would always say, for every business you want to start, you need to look at someone who has done well in that business, connect with them. You don't need to go and say, oh, I want to be your friend because you own a business, but form genuine friendships, connect with people for the real reason that you want to learn from them, and they give you an idea of what you want to be as well. If you do that, or some people can decide to also choose from global figures, which is also very fine. But for me, I always think it's easy to pick someone close by. You don't need to walk up to the person. You can just study what they've done. The internet can give you people's stories, and you can read who they are, what they've done, businesses they've delved into, how it went for them. That's what you should do. And don't be scared. Amazon, everybody, or most people, one of the best startups in the world are always going to be those that started from nothing. So don't be scared. We all have started from nothing. It's just what we would say we come in with was experience, understanding networking, understanding what the industry is about. And that's something you need to sit down, research upon, understand what industry you are in, and see how you can develop yourself. The next is just for you to connect, keep growing, look for seminars, attend, meet people that are in the industry, connect with other companies. For example, if you're on LinkedIn, you should just search for everyone that is in your industry, connect with them. You would see more things, you would understand more. You would even see diversified products that you did not think about. You can tap into it. Nothing is new under the sun, to be honest. Whether there is a new AI that has been produced today, someone already had an idea about it, and it must have started from somewhere. All you need to do is just tap in and grow with it. If you like, see a new oil company that started, it's not new. Someone had already done it some time back. All they've done is tweak it, improve it, and solve a problem, right? So whether it is fashion, agri, health, it's never over. There will always be space for you to come in. I want you to leave this place today writing down that if truly I want to start a business, I would start it on the 16th of April or the 20th of April. And how do you start? Is to have a plan, write down that plan, go to CSE, register, understand the regulatory, the compliance departments in those areas. Please make sure you register and do it properly. Once you've passed that step, try to trademark your business name. So in the future, when you're growing, you don't get stuck, right? I think lastly for me, it's really about giving you an idea of what we have done over the years. I've been around the industry that I'm currently in. We started from Samsung, moved to UPS and to DHL. We learned a lot in about 2 decades of doing this, and over the time we learned so much, and then we said, okay, we've seen challenges. Like in the logistics industry, what challenge did we see there? It was really about people struggling to have an aggregator, a logistics company or a shipping company that can do sea freight, air freight, dangerous goods, last mile delivery. So most shipping companies would say, oh, we don't carry shipments above 3 tons. Or once things are too big, they can't carry 600 cm. It's too large. It's not our business. And that's where we came in. Our business was created with a plan to solve the problem of heavyweight shipments. And that is why we came into the industry. In a year, we grew into a multi-billion business. And I'm very sure in the next 2-3 years, we'll be talking about numbers that are unimaginable. And sincerely, if you look at it, for a business that is just a year old, where we are, is somewhere that took Jumia about, I think, 4 years to be there. It took Konga about almost 5 years to be where we are today. And we started in just a year. I probably would not like to mention numbers in terms of amounts, but if we were to apply to Forbes today, Parcelmart would be among the top 20 best startups in Africa for 2024, right? And in Nigeria would be definitely in the top 10, maybe top 5. It tells you that dreams do come true. And I don't think this is just about us alone. It means that other people can do similar things. And please do not sleep over your ideas. It's enough that you have it there. Bring it into paper, write them down, scribble down things, and go out there and try something. If it fails, it fails, for God's sake. Every business you've seen today at all tried something and it did not work. Try it, it fails, and then you learn something and then you improve on it, right? It's not going to be so much of roses every day. Some days will be tough. And there are sleepless nights for all of us as well. And there are also great stories and joy in the morning. So that's it for me. I would like to say a big thank you to everyone. Still here for questions. I'm sure people have questions to ask us.
Well, tell us a little bit. I know you have expressions in different industries, from logistics to fashion to hospitality, and then of course health. Can you just share, how were you able to start? And I think that's a much more practical, a little bit about your story. Thank you.
Yeah. So for the start, what I would say, the first business we ever started was a clothing brand. I think some years back, I just decided that I was going to, we're going to make just t-shirts and the rest. I like t-shirts, and we started making clothes, senator wears and the rest. And during the COVID, we figured out that the health sector had a need for health workers needed more of their scrubs because of the COVID, the whole pandemic, and we discovered that our core customers didn't have need for clothes anymore because they were all at home. They were not going anywhere, and that's when we switched. And that's the thing about business and startups, you need to always prepare your mind. If it goes the different this way, you have to switch to the other way. And we quickly switched to provide uniforms for hospitals, doctors, because they needed more because of the COVID-19. Everybody wanted to have multiple uniforms because of the no contact stuff. If you wear uniform to work, you don't need to bring it back home and all that. So, and we scaled up in terms of having a lot of requests for the scrubs across the world. And then I think in 2023, I had worked with different multinationals for I think close to 18 years, and I decided it was time that because I just sat down and saw that there was bureaucracy. We would have, as a sales manager, one of the things that could hurt you so much is going out looking for business, and then it comes in and then someone says, no, it's too big, we're not going to do it. And that used to break my heart. And because that kept happening so often, I woke up one day and I said, look, it doesn't make sense to me. There are aircrafts across the world. We could get partners and we could have these things that with 40-ton shipment, 800 cm length pipes, we can actually fly them. We can actually move these things in as much as they seem tough, right? Why do we now allow some other foreign companies to do it for Nigerians? We can actually do it in Nigeria as well. And that's how I decided to start a shipping company. And we started in Port Harcourt in an office. We had a few people. I think some of them are on this meeting. I think we were about 3 or 4 people. And we were quite shocked because we knew what the problem was. We just went straight to the people that had the problem. We can solve this problem. Those chemicals that you go to the major shipping companies and they say no, those big items that they say no to you, that's what we are good at. And we had a network of other shipping companies in multiple countries, and we're able to provide a service to about 220 cities across the world. And that was just a game changer. And from there, we just kept pushing, and it's been a fantastic story. And we've moved into Lagos, we've gone into Abuja, we are still spreading. And I think for me, the joy is just being able to solve a problem. And apart from that, as the business has grown, we have now seen, even for smaller items, people find it difficult deciding who to use. So we created a mobile and web app that allows you to stay in one place, see everyone's price, which is, for me, is the first. I've been around this industry for over close to 2 decades now. I would say this would be the first that you are sincerely going to see a live pricing of every single courier company that can provide service to Nigeria and out of Nigeria. So
wow.
You can see their speed, you can see how long it will take them to deliver. And so we are not forcing you to choose someone, but you would choose them based on your needs and why you sincerely wanted to ship. Is it pricing? Is it just speed,
delivery time,
and also it could be reviews from other people about them, right? And that's something that the big players would not want us to do. But the whole thing is just we must solve a problem, and that's what we've done. And so if you are starting a business, always think of something to do. Think it will be difficult. I will shock you. It took us almost a year to create that app. It was all stressful. We started, it crashed. We had a lot of back and forth on it. We quarreled within the team because we needed to solve a problem. And that's the fun. It's not whether it will bring money or not. It's just, this is what we want to do. We want to genuinely solve a problem. So when you're starting a business, look at how you can sincerely solve a problem. It might not be the one that is going to give you the money, but you can solve one problem while you're diversifying into other things.